Hey, how's it going? Today on Dirt Bike Channel, I'm gonna be putting a larger sprocket on this 2024 KTM 300 XCW. It comes with a 45 tooth rear sprocket and a 13 tooth front sprocket, and I'm gonna put on this primary drive 47 tooth sprocket that I got from Rocky Mountain ATV. By the way, the link is down in the description. I love all the stuff I get from Rocky Mountain ATV. If you use my link, it helps to support what we're doing here. But there's two reasons I wanna do this. Number one, I want to just add a little bit of snap back into this bike, and I've been trying a few different things to kind of do that, to kind of give it a little bit more snap. And also, another thing that will happen is because I'm going to have to adjust my chain blocks forward with this, because this is a bigger diameter, that's going to actually shorten the wheelbase on this bike and make it maybe just a touch more nimble. It also might make my rear shock a little teeny bit stiffer as far as the rear end, just because there isn't as much leverage there. So there's a few things that happen here that a lot of times people don't think about when you're changing sprockets. So let's get into it. Okay, I just wanted to show you how much bigger, it's not a lot bigger, but the primary drive 47, here it is, 47 tooth sprocket is on the bottom, and then here's the stock sprocket, but you can see that that sprocket on the bottom is just, you know, a touch bigger. So this is gonna gear the bike down, and then I'll have to move my chain sliders forward. The chain sliders right here, these will have to be moved forward, which will shorten the wheelbase on the bike, gear the bike down and shorten the wheelbase a little bit. So it's gonna be kind of fun to see how that all plays out. Okay, I just used my calipers here to make sure I've got the same distance here on this side as on the other side. And now I'm just gonna take one last look at my chain tension and see if I'm okay with that, which I think I am. And then I should just be able to tighten all this stuff up. Well, it's gonna be fun to see how this changes the characteristics of the bike, because again, everyone knows about, okay, we're gonna change the gearing, but not everyone talks about how moving that axle forward is gonna change the characteristics of the bike, how the bike handles, because we're shortening the wheelbase. So I've had really good luck with the primary drive components. This is made in the USA. You can buy it at Rocky Mountain ATV. You can use the links down in the video description. And these are actually good products. I've got a set of sprockets over on that spare wheel set, and I've used primary drive for a lot of years. So it's a really economical way to put some of this stuff on your bike. You can pay double or even more, and sometimes you do get what you pay for. But this is one of those cases where I haven't seen a real great reason not to use a component like this on my motorcycles, especially. It's time for a ride report of the 47 tooth sprocket here from Primary Drive that I put on the bike. This is a 2024 KTM 300 XCW. It came with the 45 tooth sprocket. I put this 47 tooth sprocket on there, gears the bike down just a little bit, and it's not necessarily because I needed first gear to be lower, because I didn't really want that, but I think one of the things it's done is it's added a little bit more snap pep back to the bike, which I think some people are really going to be maybe looking for, and it's made second gear and third gear for mountain single track, alpine single track, I think a little bit more usable. I'm usually, in the past, I've usually not been a fan of switching gearing. I've always kind of come back to the stock gearing. And time will tell if that's where I end up here, but just on today's ride, I'm really liking this 47 tooth sprocket. I bought it from Rocky Mountain ATV. The links are down in the video description. And it might just be the ticket that you're looking for on maybe your 24 XCW. Like I said, adding that, a little bit of pop, a little bit of snap back in, because these are mapped a little bit softer. There's a ton of power in these motors, but they're mapped just a little bit softer. So it adds a little bit of snap back. First gear is gonna be like really low, not crazy low. I've ridden a bike that had a 48 tooth sprocket. This isn't quite as low as that. So it doesn't make the first gear unusable. But it will be a little bit slower, but second gear and third gear, I think, are more usable, which is kind of great. And that'll allow you to click into second a little bit faster and have that low RPMs to really get that good traction, which is something that I totally enjoy when I'm riding these bikes. So yeah, I'm thinking it's something that'll stay on this bike now. 47 tooth sprocket from Primary Drive, bought at Rocky Mountain ATV. Use the links down in the video description. And Until next time, leave a single track.